Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Seriously Hilarious with Shonda and V.
Hey y'all.
Hey, y'all. So today's episode is going to be about internet confessions.
Ooh.
So, my little jazzy co host, Shonda, sent me this internet confession, and it's crazy. So, here it goes. I'm gay. My wife doesn't know. We have 2 kids, a dog, a mortgage. Love her in a way. I love her in a way, but not the way she deserves.
Clearly.
Some nights I cry into her pillow when she's asleep. I don't know how to be free without destroying everything.
The
Um,
audacity.
the, like, first of all, sir, if you knew you were gay, why did you get married? And before you all decided, even if you got married, before you had the kids and the dog and the mortgage, shouldn't you have decided that you didn't love her the way you felt like she deserved to be loved? But now you want to confess to us on the internet?
On the internet.
You should probably tell her that you don't really love her and you have ruined her life.
But why you gotta cry in her pillow though?
Yeah, because why I'm sleep on it? Because it says
Don't nobody want no wet pillow.
crying to her pillow when she's asleep. Like, why you on my pillow crying? So now I'm waking up thinking I had night sweats and you over here having an emotional breakdown while we supposed to be asleep.
Yes.
I'm just trying to understand what's really going on.
Oh my gosh.
And why are you confessing on the internet?
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, death to him. You know what I mean? Because what do you mean I have kids by you and you are gay? I mean, it's there's nothing wrong with being gay, but why did you start a family? Why did you marry her? Why? You know what I mean? Because it's not like you just discover.
And why did you feel like should be a secret? I mean, this day and age, homosexuality and LGBTQ plus or whatever, I may be missing a plus, adding a plus, is very out there. Everybody's very accepting of all of the things that's happening. Not everybody, but for the most part, it's not like it's all, taboo anymore, so to speak. She probably, if y'all were friends first, she probably would have been okay with you telling, even if she liked you, if you would have told her you were gay, she probably been like, okay. But you wanted something, or you thought you could be something for her or in this world that you weren't. And now you're over here feeling some type of way and trying to play the victim online because I guess we supposed to feel some type of way about how you are over here sad and depressed in your marriage because you married somebody you didn't love and you are ruining their life and the lives of your children and your dog. Your dog gonna be like, "What you mean you gay?"
Well, first of all, I'm gonna tell you one thing: the internet is not on his side. Like, girl, reading these comments, they going in on him. Like here's one of those, just like ruined her body, ruined her life, and now you're going to tear apart a family you should have never created. I envy your ability to play victim with such ease.
Foolery.
Damn.
That's all I got to say. And he's playing victim.
And it's so selfish. It's selfish because him his decision to use her as his beard.
Yes, that's exactly what he did. And he didn't tell her. He did not tell her that she was part of his play.
Marriage. Like, some women are willing to marry you knowing you gay. Like, we don't have a problem with that. But, like,
well, I have
do you feel like she know? I feel like she know a little bit.
Most women tend to have inklings and intuition. and she probably may think some type of way, but she's like, well, he's here every day and he's present and he's a husband and he's a father. But I'm sure she's noticing that he's not happy. And I'm sure she's curious about why she keep waking up with a wet pillow. Yeah. She's probably like, what is going on at night that these pillow is wet like this?
Like, what, I got leaky eye syndrome?
I mean, really, right? Leaky eye. I mean, it's just, it doesn't really make any sense for us to be in 2025. I mean, and by all means, I'm not going to purport like I know everything that and all of the struggles of the the gay community, but I just feel like people are so much more open
and progressive.
And right, we have most definitely progressed and we're more open and we talk about it, that people wouldn't have to be deceitful, at least not to the point that we didn't got married and got kids and a dog and a mortgage. Like, at some point, you should have realized that. Even if you didn't realize it, even if we were dating and you were like, you know what, this ain't it.
Yeah.
But don't marry me if you only love me in a way. Like, love me in all the ways. Otherwise, why are we jumping the broom?
Waste my time.
That part.
Because while he is wasting his life, he's wasting hers. And I say that in any type of relationship. If we are not a good fit, don't let fear stop you from leaving me.
Exactly. Be scared over there. Like,
right.
Just be real scared, down the street, across town somewhere, and let me be, because now you're talking about how you can't be free, but I'm not free either.
And he took away her choice.
And basically, I'm in a loveless marriage and may or may not even know it.
Definitely. And I'm going to tell you, like, personally, I am very in tune, right? And I'm very present. So I immediately feel a shift, And so she could be blaming herself because she's like, why don't we have sex like we used to?
Right.
Why, why do I feel this void in my marriage? Is it me? And it's clearly not her. And it's not something she could ever resolve.
And honestly, I mean, not to be putting the blame on anybody in this situation, but if she is having those feelings, they should be having they should be communicating about these things. And the fact that she hasn't said nothing to him, well, I don't know what's happening, because he could have just been like, no, you're crazy. Nothing's wrong with our marriage. I don't know.
Because we know he lied.
Right, because he already be lying and making confessions on the internet. But if she hasn't talked to him, I would hope she would talk to him. I mean, that's your husband. If you feel in some type of way in your marriage, you should, just as he should talk to her, because that's his wife. And he's feeling some type of way in his marriage, really how he don't want to be in a marriage. And they could probably figure out a way how they could still be friends, still raise their kids, and he could still pay that house off, and she ain't got to worry about the mortgage. That's all I'm gonna say about that part. It's a little different, it's crazy that people really find themselves out here on the internet just telling their whole lives. Yeah. Now, what if somebody real think about their friends and be like, hey, I got a friend with 2 kids and a dog. Well, I guess that's not. It's not.
Oh, he got a white fence too.
Right. It's not enough information. But what if you think about, you got a friend, you be like, hey, I got a friend who always be telling me how she wake up with her leaky eye syndrome because her pillow wet, and then you might be like, crap, that might. And they see that on the internet and be like, crap, is that you? Like John, are you guys John? Like, do you be crying in your wife's pillow at night? Like, because I saw something on the internet sound just like y'all. Like, and I guess, his post was very, kind of not too specific per se. However, it was specific enough because now this wet pillow is a thing. And if I was waking up every day with a wet pillow, I would be like,
that's the worst. A hot pillow or a wet pillow?
First of all, cry on your own pillow.
What? So you got to take her pillow too.
Like, why you crying?
Took her life. And you didn't go.
Why you crying on my pillow? Like, you got your own pillow. Like, I know this ain't like no one pillow bed. Like, I'm sure you got your own pillow.
Wow.
And you should cry on your own pillow.
It's the audacity for me.
Matter of fact, get out and go cry in the car. Because why are you even in here crying?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? And I'm sure she feels that.
How do you, look at somebody and say vow? Well, people do all the time.
They do it all the time. People say deceitful.
Did he cry then? He didn't cry then.
He might have been like, crap, I'll never be able to see another naked pig. I mean, I don't know. But I'm just like, why would you even get to the point where you're getting married?
Yeah. That's what I was trying to understand.
That's what I don't get.
What type of pressure? Was there pressure? But in this world, with all the different types of relationships,
people are poly. Yes. People are not poly.
Yeah.
People are heterosexual. People are homosexual. People are bisexual. People are trisexual. People are all kind of stuff.
Right.
People
So
have
that's why
relationships with 20 people.
It is it religious? I just don't understand why this day and age we would be here. But when I was reading these comments, this is very common.
Apparently so.
I mean, some of the people like I was gonna read more of the comments, but they get real dark. Like oh my dad did this to my mom and da 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 da, and we don't have a relationship and. Or I mean, it gets dark and people are hurt, and you don't think about the long-term effects of this situation because eventually, it's gonna come into the light.
I think he really doesn't want to be honest with her because he didn't want to get cut. Because I feel like she would have cut him.
She would stab.
I really think so because it especially and honestly it depends on their relationship in general anyway. But it also depends
she be
on
wrong?
How much time has went like how much time has gone by? Like how old
Girl,
are these children?
He said kids, so that's at least 20 months.
I mean, at least 2 years. Then
right.
Like and they got a dog and a mortgage, right? And it's like, okay, so let's assume it's been at least 3 to 5 years, right? Because she didn't have back-to-back babies, so we're gonna assume 3 to 5 years. And so it's been 5 years, and not to mention, I don't know how long they dated, but they dated for whatever period of time that they dated, and so you were just lying to yourself, which is already crazy, the whole entire time, and then you decided to bring someone else in on the lie, and was like, I'm gonna lie to her and purport this whole traditional relationship that I really kind of don't want. But
well, so this is my thing. My thing about it is, okay, so let's say it's been 5 years. Still leave me. You see what I'm saying? Because 5 years is better than 55 years.
Right.
Because
it's better
if it's
than
55 years, hunty, you will not be leaving me except for
I mean, after so long.
You won't be walking away.
Yeah, right. You won't be right. You can roll away. You might limp. You might be limping away. You're gonna be limping right to the hospital. But it's like, how much time is okay for him to waste? Right?
No time, because
but
he's already wasted time. So the point is to stop wasting more time.
Exactly, because she could have been somewhere having someone love her to death, right? Just loving her in every way she deserves. Like he said, he's not doing it at all.
Right.
So
he said he loved her in a way.
Like a friend, probably.
In a way.
Probably just like a friendship kind of love, which is okay, but you should have just told her. Like, and so that's why I don't understand. Like, people get on the internet and then they're like, oh, let me just tell people how I really got I got 2 kids, but they by 2 different daddies, but only one of the daddies think they the daddy, and he ain't the daddy of none of the babies. Like, you just on the internet saying all this stuff. Like, do the kids know? Like, the kids need to know who their real daddy is.
Right.
Like, what is going on? Then I saw this one story. This chick said, I think she said she had a baby by one guy. Okay, let's just say she had a baby by one guy. And then a different guy was paying child support.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that happen too.
And she was living with a different guy. Mm-hmm. So the guy who baby wasn't even paying child support because it was somebody else's baby. It's like, what are you? But you on the internet saying, of course you ain't going to say this to these men because these men probably cut you. But I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Y'all getting on this internet and telling the world, and I guess they do it for likes. I don't know. Because you getting all these comments and people like, what? I know you lying. And you just can't even believe that it's possible that people are living all of these falsities in their everyday lives. It'll be one thing, you be like, okay, I did this one thing one time. One time I did this. Oh, one time I had sex with my friend husband one time. Not, I've been having sex with my friend husband for 20 years. Like, what kind of stuff is that?
Yes, girl.
Like, really? Now, you shouldn't have had sex with the friend's husband at one time anyway. But not over. Like, if you did it one time.
Remind me of?
Over time.
Girl, remember Maury? It's just
Maury.
on the internet now.
It's Maury and Jerry Springer.
Springer. Those was the days.
It's all on the internet. It's like talk shows on the internet. Because you can get sucked down in a deep hole of foolishness.
Girl, it's a whole Instagram. It's called Toxic Confessions, and the things that they say on there, Like, first of all, has the statute of limitations expired? Because
what they be saying, we
girl,
won't judge.
they be saying all kind of stuff. Like, this girl was like, yeah, I punched myself in the face because he left me and I wanted him to get beat up, and they, unalived him. And girl, I signed right off. I will never get back on there.
Like,
I repented.
Crazy.
I'm so remorseful that I was even watching that. How dare I?
Deceit get to the point that somebody got dead.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right. And you willing to share it on the internet.
That's crazy.
I don't believe. It's just people are so desensitized now.
It's crazy. Apparently people are, but that's why they got that whole thing. We listen and we don't judge, because everybody out here doing stuff.
A lot of that
and people
needs to be
like
judged,
don't judge me, but it's like, what? Wait, what happened? Wait, now back up. You say you did what, and how many times is happening? How long this been going on? Because like I said, you slip and fall one time. Okay, whatever. Everybody make mistakes. But
you don't slip and fall on your best friend, husband,
and you don't slip and fall for 20 years either. Not for 20 years.
No.
Because I was just telling somebody the other day, I don't know who I was talking to, but I was like, I'm the one who gonna tell. I'm gonna tell. Like, if somebody was flirting with me, even if that was just your boyfriend, or even if that was just somebody you was talking to, I'm telling. I'm like, girl, ain't you talking to Ray Ray? Because Ray Ray was just talking to me about my thighs. I'm just saying, you might want to reevaluate your relationship with Ray Ray. Like, I'm telling. If I see, like, one time years and years ago, I saw my boyfriend outside on the bus with some chick. I was like, I was in Chicago, so yeah, we weren't on the bus. But I was like, first I called her, I was like, girl, is you and such and such still together? And she was like, yeah. I was like, girl, he was on a bus with this girl hooked up, blah, blah, blah. And she stayed with him, whatever. But I'm always tell. Now, back then, we ain't had camera phones. But now, I would just take a picture. You can see for yourself. Clickety, click, click. Because, but a lot of people don't like that. They be like, why you all in my business? Why you telling? Why you this? Why you that? But you can't never say, I wasn't a good friend.
Right.
Because the first thing, if he saw me not on that bus thing, he saw me too. Because we lived around the corner from each other. So he saw me. And so, ain't nobody gonna never say, well, I saw Venus. She saw me with
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
She saw me with Clarissa, and then all of a sudden, you don't hear nothing about it. Nah, you ain't gonna never. I'm telling. Even if it's not true, at least you know. Like, girl, he was outside. They was hugged up. I saw him.
Yeah.
And even whether it was like couple hugged up or not, I mean, it could have been his sister. Maybe they was just taking a picture real quick.
Wasn't his sister.
I don't know. Right. It ain't never his sister. It ain't never the cousin either. It's always, oh, that's my homegirl sister. Right. But whatever the case is, I'm going to be the one to tell, because you ain't going to never just be like, Venus saw us and she didn't tell. Lies. I'm telling.
Yeah.
Because,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And you right. All of this stuff is just like talk shows. Everybody just out here doing every single solitary thing and then putting it all on the internet.
Girl, and what is it? Paternity court? That's the new Maury right there, girl. I done seen so much stuff on there. But I be learning too, because did you know?
I be learning.
I learned. Did you know that if you are put on child support for a child, if it's in the best interest of the child, even if it's determined that you are not the father, you still got to keep paying child support? What is that?
And also I found, I don't know if you told me that, somebody else did, if you don't show up for child support court, they automatically say you the daddy.
Yeah.
You better show up and get that test done.
Yes.
And get the results and figure that mess out. Is because why would you want to be paying for 18 years for a child?
18 years for a quick little 1-2. A quick little 1-2.
Girl, probably wasn't even a 1 and a 2. It's probably what, 0.05 and a 1.
Bloop bloop.
Like it look, girl, probably was halfway in his hand. He was like, God dang it.
That's a sight I don't want to see.
Like, I mean, it be like that. Like, sometimes you be like, that's it. That's it.
So you did all that talking, and couldn't even walk.
And couldn't even walk. That's right. Whole lot of talk, no walk.
You know, but that's most likely what it is too, because the ones who can walk, they don't have to talk.
They don't say boo. They don't say boo, and that's when you know you in a coma for 2 weeks, like wheeling yourself out of the house.
Trying to get your spleen to girl.
Girl, trying to get the knot out your fallopian tube. Yeah, you be like, why? Why can I taste food from last week? Because your stomach in your throat. Girl, the foolery, girl. I mean, this internet, I'm telling y'all that, you know, they used to say back in the day that technology would be the death of us. And as I have grown through the technology innovation over the years, you know, at first I was like, and I still think it's great, because in some respects it is absolutely great, because I just be like, yes, internet could just do that for me real quick. I just be like, boop, boop, boop.
Because that working from home is amazing.
Right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But to some respects, people out here, like she said, are getting unalived because of this internet. People out here doing way too much, trying to imitate other people on the internet. I saw some video a few years back where somebody was just in a car playing. They were playing with guns, and this one girl shot her, or the girl or the guy, whichever one of them, shot their friend in the head, and they died. And it was on the internet. And it's like, why are y'all playing with guns, let alone loaded guns?
Right.
Like, why are y'all playing with weapons in the first place? But everybody on the internet at the time was just waving around guns, so I guess everybody thought it was okay.
Or the pictures where they on the cliff and then they fall off the cliff. You wanted that selfie that bad?
Like, not at all. Like, not at all. Look, me and Shonda, we go hiking, and she always want to take this picture by this rock and this water. And I tell her all the time,
first of all, that water is not even deep.
If you fall in that water, but it's rocks right there, so you might bump your head and not wake up. You gonna be out there, because I'm not going out there.
You will get me.
No, I won't. I will call the police. I will call 911.
You will come and get me.
And you will be still floating in there when they get there. I'm not gonna reach that, because then if I'm trying to save you, I might fall, bump my head, and we both out there looking like corpses. Somebody got to be alive to tell the story. Somebody got to. I could be like, and we was just walking along, and next thing I know, she was just in the water, bobbing her head. Cause why? That's why I keep telling you, don't get on that rock out there. I'm gonna get on this rock. I don't get on that rock.
Yeah, but they getting on a rock on the side of the cliff with nothing but air and opportunity.
Hey, it sounds like air and a funeral out there. Yeah. Like they gonna end up.
But I mean, it's like air and the opportunity for an eagle to swoop down and just.
They living their best lives. People are taking these opportunities to do all of this crazy stuff
for clout,
so they can put it on the internet. That's what they are confessing, that they are actually crazy enough to do things for money. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm gonna jump off this building. Oh, but I'm gonna have my friend record it. And then we're going to get 3 million likes and go viral. So you're willing to do this for money.
Right. But there's a lot of things that I've seen recently, you know. So the one girl, she was on the same little secrets thing that I was reading from. She was like, yeah, so I post pictures about me having this lavish lifestyle. She was like, but I actually live on my friend's couch.
See?
And my other friends who don't know, and my followers who don't know, they always like, oh my God, you doing it up, you living a life. And she's like, I kind of feel bad. You should feel bad because you're lying.
Everybody on the internet should know that it's all really a front. Like a lot of the times, unless they're like celebrities or you know that they are rich, that stuff ain't real.
Or it's a whole lot of debt.
A whole lot of debt. And it ain't even real. People will literally go rent clothes or really be at these Goodwills finding fancy clothes for 50 cents and be all up on the internet and find some fake ice, because you ain't tested them diamonds. You don't know them diamonds ain't real.
Right.
And find some jewelry that kind of look okay. or whatever they feel like they're going to do. And you can rent a Rolls Royce. You can rent a fancy car, but you ain't even got to do that no more. Because guess what? AI put that car right in there for you. And AI will put you inside the car. Right. Because that's how AI be doing. Right. So you can fake the funk all you want.
Yeah, speaking of that, did you see the new South Park episode?
Girl, you have watched South Park in years.
Oh my, okay. I only happened to watch it because the girl was talking about how it's got real. It went back to being real, and they put Orange whole face, real body in this thing, and they got him in there bucket naked. Ooh, you know,
not bucket.
Yes,
naked.
Bucket. And I was like, the AI is AI-ing.
Girl, this AI girl, look, it will realize some things, okay? It will make things a reality. And you be like, okay, I see what y'all doing out here in these streets. But yeah, so people can fake they funk all they want to do is fake it. They can fake it however they want to fake it. Girl, I can go on the internet right now and AI myself on the cliffs of the Himalayas somewhere. And people like, dang, Venus, when you go to the Himalayas? Girl, I'm at home on my couch.
Okay, but I just feel like, okay, so the guy who is crying in the pillow, the girl who is living on the sofa.
Right.
You know, they got demons. You know, like.
They got problems.
Right. I mean, is it really worth it at the end of the day?
But you know what? I will say this. Now, the guy who on the internet confessing that he gay and all that stuff, he got a whole different set of problems than the girl who trying to fake the funk. Because I would hope that even if she is faking the funk on the internet, she doing it try to get likes so she get a check. Mm-hmm. Right? Because you get so many followers and all that, you get a check. Mm-hmm. So I would hope that's why she doing it. Because she like, I got to get up off this couch. Yeah. I don't really have no skills, but I know how to work this content creation. So I'm going to make this happen. However, I got to make this happen. Now, most people would just be like, let me just record my real life. Right. But obviously that's not what she's trying to do. But even if she is trying to like, you know, shortcut it a little bit and be like, oh, well, I'm already here. I'm balling, shot calling, whatever. That's perfectly fine. If she get her some followers, get her a check, she can be on her way to wherever, right? Now, the guy and all these other people who on the internet confessing all how they lying and deceiving people and doing all this stuff and be like, oh my God, I'm living a false life. And oh my God, I got 6 baby daddies and ain't none of the baby daddies the real baby daddy. And oh my God, I got 6 women pregnant. And oh my God, I'm just out here living my worst life. I got 800,000 diseases. I ain't telling nobody. Like all of this foolery.
Not worst life.
Girl, because a lot of people ain't living their best life. Some people just out here living their worst life. And you on the internet saying all these things, but I just would like to know, like, what are you doing to fix it? Like, what are you doing to not be on the internet? Confess. Like, be on the internet confessing, like, okay, yes, I did do that, but now I have spoken to the person that I have wronged. And guess what? I got stabbed in the eye. And this is why this is a lesson to people not to do crazy stuff. Because you don't want
your truth
to have one eye like me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like that's what I'm saying. He out here now, he confessed. He's like, oh, I'm gay. My wife. He living his worst life because he's not even living his true life. Right. So he's out here living his worst life. And he is inflicting his worst life upon her. Yes. Because she is maybe unknowing, maybe she's doubtful, maybe she is intuition in it, whatever the case may be. But she is feeling some type of way, I am sure. And she is like, what in the absolute deuce? So when she actually finds out what's going on, she gonna be like, I know you lying after we done been together for 2 kids and a dog and a mortgage and this wet pillow I keep having. It was you all along. Right. You know, it's gonna be an adjustment mentally, emotionally for her in that moment, not to really cut him. Right. You know, and
that is going to be devastating for her.
Right.
And those kids, because their whole life going to change.
Right. Because they going to like, wait, daddy like daddies? Like, it's not going to be. It's not going to be. It's not going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be.
Oh, that daddy like that. No wonder daddy's always in the garage.
I mean, no wonder daddy always at Tom, Dick, and Harry house down the street.
Did you have to name him Dick?
No, but that's Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's like
I know, but
that's,
still.
you know,
But
like he outside
still.
with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Them the three guys that men always be hanging out with, and Craig. But we know Craig and them. He always trying to get you into something. I was with Craig, you know. But Craig, I don't think Craig gay. I think he just, you know, mischievous. So whatever.
Okay.
Anyways,
but
that's
so
neither here
you
nor
were
there.
saying that his situation is worse, but I'm just saying, like, the girl that's laying on the couch, right? Other people know she's on the couch, so she could instantly be exposed at any time.
Yeah.
He got to tell his secret. Because all we know about him is that he is a man that lies. But how many men do we know that lie?
All of them.
So,
all of them and none of them at the same time. Now,
so he's in a crowd. She is not laying on one couch.
Because his secret could be exposed at any given time, too. Because, as we have said, this woman is likely having intuitions. She's likely having inklings. And she could just
what if she already
him.
Know he gay? You know how people be coming out to their parents and the parents be like, girl, I had you.
Right. I mean, and she might know. It might be like, well, whatever, because I'm not raising these kids by myself.
Right.
You know, and he wanted that dog. I ain't want that dog.
Right.
You know, so, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. You know, at this point, she going to be like, he wanted this fancy house. I ain't paying this mortgage by myself. You know, and it's probably just too much of an adjustment for you to just uproot your whole life because you find out your man is gay. So some women probably
maybe they just open the marriage. Just open the marriage.
You could open the marriage. Some people be down with open marriages and living their best life.
Girl.
But then you have to think, are we just lying to the kids till they're 18 or 15 or however old till they get a certain age?
You see why I be like grateful for closed doors and detours? I don't have none of them problems.
You just have to figure out how you gonna, because at some point, even if you wait, even if you don't say nothing, but your child is out in the world, like they riding their bike, they skateboarding, this thing they know, they see you at Tom, Dick, and Harry house. You know, and you and like
things are looking hairy.
What you right? They're like, well, Daddy, you was kind of naked. You know, not that you gonna be outside or nothing, but they could be, you know, over their friend's house. Y'all upstairs. They, you know, kids don't knock. They walk in like, what the?
You just be like, we was mud wrestling.
Right.
I needed to take a shower.
Right. So, like, I tripped and fell. Right. So. So again, you have to at some point before anything occurs. I mean, because they could really just see you outside Home Depot holding hands, so they gonna be like, "Why was Daddy holding Mr. Johnson's hand?"
Yeah.
And then what you gonna say?
But that's why I feel like, okay, let's just say, let's fast forward. He tells the truth, right? And she said, "Hey, either you gonna take these kids in this house and all these responsibilities and I leave, or we're gonna open this marriage." And he's like, "Oh, we can open the marriage." Then all I gotta do now is just be honest with the kids. Hey, you know, we're gonna open our marriage. Mommy's gonna have a boyfriend. Daddy's gonna have a boyfriend.
Right.
They might share a boyfriend.
Right.
Who knows?
Daddy's gonna get with all the daddies.
She might be down with the get down. Anyway, like,
she might.
I think she know.
She might.
I cannot believe that this day and age, she don't know nothing.
She might.
What she be walking around saying, he's sensitive. I love a sensitive man.
I mean, some women feel like that. I mean, I don't know. I just know if I found out my husband was crying into my pillow while I'm sleeping on it at night, I would just be like, why
is that the worst part? That's the worst part.
Okay? First of all. Second of all, you have a pillow. You can just use your own pillow.
You got 2 pillows.
Third of all, you can really go do your crying in another part of the house. You have to be next to me in the bed having whole life adjustments and fits. Right? I mean, because at any point she could wake up and be like, "Why you crying, James? Why you crying?" And he gonna be like, and can't say nothing because he's stuck on stupid and can't get off silly. Girl, no.
Oh,
so
I would be like, go get me a new pillowcase.
No, Cause now when we wake up the next day and we're not tired and I'm rethinking about how my sleep got all overly interrupted, I'm gonna be like, James, what's going on with you crying in pillows? Like, how long this been going on? Because I sleep real deep, so I ride one here and I wouldn't know nothing anyway. But
you would if you
girl,
move over and your whole face is wet.
Well, yeah, but she might not move. I don't know. I don't understand how she not notice a wet pillow, but yeah, that's a personal problem.
You know what? Women can do hard things.
Women be doing too many hard things. That's part of the problem. Probably should just hold hands for a little longer. Let's just hold hands for another year. Make sure you really want this. Especially, I feel like especially these days, and I don't even know why it should even be like that though, because like I said,
it's so open.
Everybody's so open with their sexuality now and free. Like why? Like even if you're gay, even if you my friend, you gay, even if I feel like I like you, you like me, whatever the case may be, but we know we don't like each other like that, or maybe we do, whatever. But you just like, oh, you know what? I just want kids and whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, I might be okay with having your kids and not being with you. You don't know. You didn't even ask me. You just married me, lied to me, deceived me.
Right.
And now look where we are.
Right. And you really can just be honest, and you should be honest and live your truth. Because, I mean, that's what so many couples do. I just saw this show called, I think it's called Polyfamily. Mm-hmm. And it's two couples. Mm-hmm. That are polyamorous, mm-hmm. that have decided to be a quad. So they have a closed polyamorous relationship where the men share the women. Mm-hmm. So the men don't share each other, but he has a girlfriend and a wife and vice versa. Mm-hmm. And they all live together and they take care of the kids, and it seems like to be a good setup for them, This could have been his situation, It
could have been.
And then, there is also relationships where it could be male, female. That could have been his situation. But no, he gotta be a liar.
That's because he wanted a dog.
That's dog?
It's the dog did it. Once you start adding the dog to that, now you got to get a white picket fence. Because now you got this whole story, life, relationship, family situation going on when you could have just not at all. You
could have just not.
You could have just been like, oh my God, Melissa, I like you. I think we would have beautiful babies, but
that happens too, where people decide to have babies, but they're not in a relationship.
They do it all the time.
That's why I feel like he was afraid of something. He was afraid of judgment. There's some reason why he chose this route.
I'm sure it was, but he should have been like, even if he wasn't honest with the world, he should have been honest with her.
Right.
Even if the world thought that marriage was a traditional marriage and he was living a traditional life, mm-hmm. she should have known. Even if she was ready to play her role in it, you can't just not tell her.
You really can be sleeping with the enemy.
I mean, like, he made her the star in his wife's life. Like, he like her. She the co-star, and the kids are supporting actors. And they're like, wait a minute, and the dog is a prop. Like, what's going on? It's ridiculous. It's a whole movie at this point. Because now everybody on that little site from his little confession are like, well, tell us what's gonna happen next.
Right? What is that movie called with Jim Carrey? Where it was a TV set, and everybody knew.
Oh, the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the trifling show.
Right. Because everybody on that show knew that they were on the show except for him. Mm-hmm. He didn't know he was on the show. He thought that was his same little humdrum, everyday Stepford life, which at some point, I don't know why he didn't get a clue, but I guess eventually, but he only got a clue because he met old girl. Right. And he wanted to like be with her. And she was like, I don't really live here. This a job. This a job. Like,
I'm about to clock out at 5 o'clock.
I mean, for real, like, I got to go. Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't understand how you wouldn't even have gotten a clue. Like, we eat the same thing every Thursday. Like,
every Thursday.
You know,
and why the part that I didn't get about that movie is why they was really doing commercials right in the movie. I mean, right in his
right in the show. Like, yes, buy Jiffy Pop. Jiffy Pop is great for movie nights and blue. Right in the middle of the shit. Like, right in the middle of cooking dinner. Like, because it was a 24-hour show, but they had sponsorship, so they had to do the sponsor. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And then they tried to kill him off when he was trying to break out. It was like, turn up the wind, turn up the rain. But that's crazy. Now imagine if life was really like that.
Apparently it is, because this lady is living there. She at home thinking that she got everything she ever wanted. And she really does. It's a facade. It's a smoke screen.
He don't even got everything he wanted. Because now he won't.
He do.
And he can't have none.
You think he can't.
Now he want Tom and Harry and Mr. Johnson from up the street. And he likes to go swimming a little bit too much at the men's club. And he's torturing himself.
Is he?
Yeah, if he's not acting out.
He got everything he wants.
But he doesn't, because he said he gay.
But that don't mean he's not acting on it.
That is right. It don't mean he's not. And so if he is acting on it,
he got everything he wants.
He's crying into her pillow every night. So he's feeling some kind of way about hurting her, whether she knows it or not. So he's a cheater.
All I'm gonna say is just leave me. Just leave me.
He's a heartbreaker.
Now. Like
what's that song? He's a liar, a cheater, a deceiver,
heartbreaker.
And she could take the house, the car, the kid, whatever. Or give it to him.
Right, because let me tell y'all. If we not together, you keeping them kids.
Girl, that part.
I will visit.
Girl, I'll be the best every other weekend mama. Because, yeah, them are your children, boo. I know I birthed them and I love them to death.
But that's your seed.
But these are your children and you decided to be the fool. Okay. Now, if I decided to be the fool, I probably would keep them. But since you decided to be the fool, you should need to adjust your life to being a full-time father. And I'm going to go out and live my best life and I will take care of my children and I'll be, every other weekend mother or whatever the judge decides custody should be. And even if the judge decides we're going to split custody down the middle, that's perfectly fine. I'll get them 2 weeks. You get them 2 weeks. Every other week, however we're going to do it. But
you are not leaving me with the whole load. I don't want
not the whole shebang.
What they say in that song? I want it all. I don't want it all.
I want all the money. I could take all the cars.
But Venus.
Can't take all the kids every day.
Here you go. Here you go. All of this is going on. Right? But she don't work.
Girl. Now you gotta pay alimony.
No, I'm saying, would you stay?
If I was the guy?
No, if you was her. If you was her and you ain't gotta work.
I wouldn't stay because now he gotta pay me alimony.
Oh, so you still win.
So I would get alimony and child support. Especially even if we split custody, he still gotta pay me child support because I don't work.
Oh, plot twist. Because I know you be like, girl, it's a lot I won't deal with. But if I'm retired.
For retirement, if a man decides he want to retire me, I will deal with some things I would not necessarily deal with. So if I did marry somebody and I was not working and we had children and he decided he wanted to be a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker, then, and we got a divorce, then I would just get alimony and child support.
Yeah.
And I would have the kids my 2 weeks out the month. He would have his 2 weeks out the month.
Yeah.
That's what that would be because I would have not ever worked in our marriage. So you can't all of a sudden make me work. So and then I would be like, I'm used to this lifestyle. I'm used to not working.
Yeah, the lifestyle you're accustomed to.
I would be like, Judge, I don't even know how to get up in the morning for a job. Who doing that? Where they do that at? Like, what you talking about? I get up, I fix breakfast, I send kids off to school, I lay back down, Judge.
Yes.
You know, I get up, I make lunch, dinner, put stuff in a crock pot, wash clothes, fold, and then I lay back down, Judge.
Right.
I get up at 2:30, meet kids at bus, feed the kids with homework, put kids in bed, Judge. That's my life for the past however many years. And he decided to disrupt that because we talked about this before we got married, that I would not work.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have to take care of me for the rest of my life because I do not ever plan on getting married again. All right, John.
You don't even have to get married again. You got a soft life
and
2 weeks free.
Especially if he makes good money.
Right. You know what? This is looking up for her. We done turned it all the way around for her.
If she is in a good position with a man who is financially top tier, you know, regular than the standards, she should be straight because he would still pay the bills. He would still pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
He would still have to maintain the household for the children.
For the children.
It's for the children.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and he would have to leave. So now her pillow's dry.
And her pillow's dry.
Amen.
She can sleep on her whole pillow because when she rolls over, it's dry. So, yes. And you know, it seems crazy, but he just did that to himself.
Yeah.
Because he could have just been real with her. And like I said, even if you didn't know when you first met her, fine, whatever. But any time between now and the marriage, you didn't realize, any time between now and the day y'all got married, you didn't realize, you know what? I really want to have sex with all my groomsmen. I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have
at the bachelor party, you probably was a little
I'm saying
curious.
You at some point you would have known, like, especially as an adult. Mm-hmm. Now, I kind of want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, well, maybe, you know, he didn't realize he was gay or he was attracted to men until after he was married. But I'm like,
but after 2
is that realistic though? Is that realistic that you wouldn't realize that you're not attracted to women? Because you would have been having sex with women. So now I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay, so now this is piquing some interest for me. Okay, so women, after they have children, they change, right? Because now you're not just the wife. Now you're a mother.
You're a mother.
You know what I mean? And so maybe that was a little tweak for him. As well as, remember that guy was telling you, as soon as that baby started crying, he was like,
hey,
I'm going to need you to leave. You and that baby.
Some people be like that with these children.
So maybe that was the revelation.
Maybe, but even if it was, at that point, he should have been like, Melissa,
it's not looking good.
It's not gonna work. I really, really, really like to be bent over. Sorry. And that's okay. That is okay.
I hope he doesn't present it like that.
Or maybe he's the top. Maybe he's like, he likes to bend people over. I mean, whatever the case may be, he could have told her however he decided he was going to tell her, sit her down, get her some good Thai food, whatever he was going to do. But that would have only been one baby in the situation. But now it's kids with an S, plural, multiple, more than one.
Gave him a daughter and a son.
Probably 2 daughters and 2 sons. We don't know how many kids. It just said kids.
It did say kids.
It could have been 5 kids, 6 kids,
but
2 kids, 4 kids.
Imagine, like, Melissa did her thug thizzle. She done gave him a house, a dog, 2 point. What they said? How many kids they want? 2.5.
That's the standard amount, right? 2.5
right.
kids, which is so weird.
Which is so weird, right? 2.5 kids. Everything. She has done it. She thinks she done checked all the boxes. And here he come with a box she can't even check.
Right. Because it's only so many things you can do. Now,
I mean, she's not a man. That's what she can't check.
Right. That's why I said it's only so many things you can do. Like, I can't just grow a penis. Now, if
she could wear one.
I mean, she could. She could wear one. Now, I don't know if that would work for him. But there are things, and technology Maybe she can grow a penis. I don't know.
I hope not. Let's
You know,
not get
because
that far.
steroids.
Not in my lifetime. I
Steroids
don't
make
want to
your
get that far in
clitoris
my
bigger.
lifetime.
Steroids make your clitoris big. So I heard, now I've never physically seen this with my own physical eyes, but I heard that women who bodybuild and lift and use steroids, their clitorises get as big as like a small penis.
See, it's some things in life that I don't need to know.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Things be thinking out here, girl. Things be thinking.
This, you know what? I say it all the time. This is a different world.
From where I come from.
Exactly.
It is most definitely different. But but that's been true for years when women would utilize steroids at their clitorises, because they would lose their breasts for the most part, and they would have engorged clitorises.
So why do I want to say clitori?
Maybe that's the plural for clitorises. I don't know.
I just feel like
clitorises, clitori. That might be right, because it already ends with
it's all
an
these
S.
stupid rules with
It already ends with an S, so it may be clitori. But that sounds hilarious. Like we had 6 clitori. That's hilarious. Well, clitorises, penises. But do we say peni? Like there were 6 peni in the room?
No, penises.
Right, they're penises. So why is it not clitorises?
I don't know. I want it to be clitori because, we're that unique. We're that fabulous.
I mean, apparently, I don't know. That's interesting. We should Google that. The plural.
I'm going to Google it and see.
The
but anyway,
plural
continue.
of clitoris. Do we say cunnilingi? We just say cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus.
You know?
Yeah.
We don't say fellatios. Fellatio is already like plural. Like she gave fellatio to 6.
Oh, not 6.
It's already, 2, whatever.
Yeah. Fellatio is, that's a fun word.
It's already kind of.
Yeah, you're right. It is clitorises.
It's clitorises, right? That's what I thought.
Not sis.
I know I added the extra.
Yes,
but it's clitorises.
Yes.
Clitorises.
I like to make up words, so it's clitori in my vocabulary.
Yes.
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Girl, she had 2 clitori. She was born like that. They had to put that in there because she was born like that, y'all. But anyways, so, but the advancement of technologies ain't no telling. But all of these people out here on this internet confessing about all this stuff, just watch your back and your front and make sure ain't no knives and guns within arm's length. Because people, emotions, people out here peopling, and emotions can get the better of you. And next thing you know, you in the ER or we at your funeral because you out here want to be confessing on the internet or doing a whole bunch of stuff. We listen and we don't judge.
What if she go into his internet history and see it?
Girl, I don't know.
What if you found out that? Oh my God!
How would she find? She would have to find the site he posted on and everything, though.
I don't know. They be finding stuff. I have a cousin that is a detective. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She will research a dude that she met on the internet. She'll be like, oh my God, he got 3.5 kids. Oh, he went to Harvard. Oh, he this. Oh, he that. And then she don't run when he got a whole lot of other problems. I'd be like, but you knew that. You saw that.
So I'm only a detective to some extent. Because at some point, I'm just going to ask you a lot of questions. And then I'm going to have you write them down. I said I would start having people write down the answers and sign it, because then they'll be lying later and be like, I never said that. And I'm like, yes, you did, because I didn't make that up. Like, first of all, why would I make that up about you? Second of all, you lie like a rug. So a lot of times I'll get people to say stuff in text messages if I can, if it's an important question. But a lot of times when you ask me and stuff on the phone, if they are in a lying state of mind, they're going to lie. And then next thing you know, weeks later, however long, you like, but then you say blase
Right.
skippy woo woo, and then they be like, I never said that. I'm like, yes,
Yes,
you
you
did,
did.
because I didn't just invent that in my mind.
Mhm.
You said blase skippy woo woo, and then no, I didn't. Then I have to like pull up my text messages, screenshot it to you, send it to you, like this what you said. See, that ain't what I meant though, but that's what you said though, because I can only go by what you tell me. I don't know what you mean if you're not saying what you mean. You got to tell me what you mean then, and don't say what you said just to be, deceitful. So that sounds like a personal problem, but that's what you said. So I had a whole conversation with that. Right. I had a whole conversation with this Negro about that before, and he was like, I never said that. And I was like, sir, but I had it on a text. And so I went back through all them 1,000 messages, and I found it in it. I found it in it. And I was like, sir, you said all of these words. Here they are. Here's your screenshot. That ain't what I meant, though. But that's what you said. I only know what you said because I'm not psychic. I don't know what you mean if you don't mean what you say. I only know what you said.
Well.
So that's what you said. But that's not what, but that's what you said. That's all I got. That's all I got. All I got is what you said. If I said to you that I'm freaky, then you, in your mind, understand that I'm freaky. But you really only understand that I'm freaky in the way that you think freakiness is. Because then I'm gonna be like, that ain't what I meant. I just meant A, B, C, D.
Right.
You meant A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You like, wait a minute.
Speaking of that, right? Okay, so apparently, like, I thought that I was, a little bit freaky at one point. But then when I started learning more about the Keeks of 2025.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even in the book.
Oh, yeah. These kinks. Oh, I've heard so many. So, yeah. Girl, look. I'm not free. Girl. I thought
I was adventurous, but
no, I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
At all.
Not at all.
And so, like, what they say, vanilla.
But girl,
I am not even the ice cream flavor.
Girl, I when I say regular degular, because I even would listen to that whole Diddy trial. Girl, I didn't heard some stuff, and I didn't even listen to all of it. I only heard like 2 or 3 stories. But the 2 or 3 stories I heard, I was like, I know you lying, because who licking what off of what to who after what came out of who body? Wait a minute. And it was just a lot being said and a lot going on. And then in my mind, I'm like, I don't even need all that to have an orgasm. Like, what? I got to do all it. Like, I'm going to sleep. Like, who is doing all this stuff? Like, I don't even got time to be doing all this stuff.
You know how good sleep is.
Right. Because if we doing all this stuff, I'm going to be bored. I'm going to be like, okay, see, this is a lot of work. Because now it's a lot of work. Now it's like.
Yeah, it's not even fun no more.
Because, I mean, okay, it's one thing. You dress the part, you do your little, what they call it, your little foreplay, whatever. But if foreplay is 2 hours long, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm going to bed. I don't even want to do it no more.
You have exerted all the energy.
I mean, really, because now you have to I guess you got to put yourself in the state of being that you are in this sexual, sensual.
Well, that's why they use drugs.
Girl,
you didn't hear about the baby oil?
Right, that was infused with the whatever. You need drugs to be trying to do out. First of all, somebody gonna have to drug me to do any of that stuff.
Right.
And then you better drug me again. You better drug the drugs because I'm still ain't gonna do it. Girl, them drugs better be real high because it ain't gonna be looking good.
Right.
Not at all.
So the way that I learned about these kinks was also online because they be talking too much. They be saying too much. And I don't know what's wrong with my algorithm showing me stuff like that, but I really need to give it a bath. Okay.
What, girl? Wash his mouth out with soap.
Girl. So the girl is this lady, comedian, and she was recounting on one of her dating experiences. And she said she was video chatting with this guy, and he was, he was beating his, meat and
choking the chicken.
Yeah, that. And I was like, I'm thinking at this point, I'm like, and you continue this conversation. But anyway, so she did, and she's like, yeah, we were talking or whatever, and then he finishes, and then she said, I'm thinking he would get a towel and he would wipe it off, but no, he just kind of like slurped it with his tongue, and that's when I just turned all the way off because
threw up. I just threw up a little.
What is that? And if they've never met, first of all, do you see how they haven't met and he doing way too much
too much for TV?
What it's that? So I asked my friend who is, of the kink world, right? Because I don't want to be discriminatory. I said, is this normal practice? And he was like, yeah, but not for me. But that's how I know that I'm not even vanilla.
Girl, I have a friend. So my poly friend that I was telling you about, he always was to tell me, don't stink nobody else's kink. Because I would be like, ew. But he was saying, you can't do that in there. Like, because everybody has their thing. Like, some people are furries. We need to do an episode about this. Just this stuff.
I don't even know what that
and some
is.
people like a lot of stuff. Some people like to do whatever they like to do whatever they like to do to get to the place that they trying to get to. But when I tell you, I could just go to sleep because I'm not doing all of that. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just not. And if I meet a man and we're talking and he decides, babe, these are all of the things that I like, and it's some things in there that I find a little bit what they say, eyebrow raising, eye whatever, eye popping, whatever. I'm gonna be like, so what kind of drugs you got? Because I'm gonna need to be real high. And even then, I'm probably gonna be like, if I got to take drugs to do it, I probably shouldn't be doing it because I don't even do drugs. Yeah, that's okay. But anywho,
is this why we single?
I guess so, because we don't do drugs and our kinks ain't kinky, and I don't know. I mean, you can't even be regular freaky no more. Everything is like freaky times 40. But
they don't even have regular drugs anymore.
They don't. It's like they got drugs they putting in baby oil. I didn't even know drugs could go in baby oil.
That's why I say I couldn't even listen to it because my mind is innocent apparently.
Let me tell you, my eyes were so big listening to that stuff. I was like, OM. I
just need to protect what I consume, and I don't need to consume that.
Because the food lurid.
Because the fact that he consumed himself, I just... Okay, you said don't stink the kink. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just people will... I mean, to each his own. I mean, live your best life. Right. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for you, it's your life. Look, I don't even want to get into what I saw on the internet. That's why I was like, my algorithm all jacked up. However, my algorithm should just be working out.
Somebody needs to reply and tell us how we can clean our algorithms because I'm seeing way too much. Because I'm nosy and I be clicking on stuff. You're not supposed to click on nothing.
I don't. I be clicking on food. I do click on food sometimes. So I'm like, what is they making? And I watch workout videos and then I watch comedy stuff. Like if it's funny, if I think it's going to be funny. That's pretty much all that my algorithm should be. However, there's some other stuff in there.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff
and I just feel like, how they get in there? Because I don't even prescribe to that.
You know what happens? It's when your friend sends you stuff and you laugh and you click on it and it just... It unleashes the dragon. Unleashes faux dragon.
and they babies too. Because
like, what is that?
It's a little different, like the internet be interneting. So anywho, so yes, this was supposed to really be about internet confessions, but
it was about confessions. So it's a lot.
It was a lot of stuff that be going on the internet.
Yes.
And stuff that people be confessing to in their own lives that they put on the internet.
Right.
And then stuff that just be on the internet that people probably shouldn't put on the internet. But they not really confessing literally, but they subliminally confessing about what they be doing.
The revelations.
Right. And what really be going on. So,
yeah.
So feel free to, give us feedback, respond, tell us whether you like the show or not. All comments are appreciated.
Yeah, and I just really want to know how to like bathe my algorithm
Right.
and
In bleach. I want to bathe mine in bleach.
and I want to know the rules of like how do you express to somebody, yeah, this your limit. Is there like a litmus
Girl, you
test
just
of
got to
ink?
be like, with the lights on. That should be like a clue. Like if you say with the lights on, it should let them know you ain't for nothing that only happens in the dark. That should just kind of let them know. I feel like I need to see what's coming at me. You can't just turn the lights out and be like, you like that. I don't know what it is. No.
Wow.
Because people put gerbils up there.
No!
It's a lot that be going on.
So, okay, one more thing. So, it is this lady, she's an ER nurse, and she talks about that stuff. She be like, guess what we saw in somebody's rectum?
Because them ER people get everything. Because once you go there, you can't go back. Because at some point, either you're going to be like, I'm going to die, or I got to go to the ER.
Right.
Because you be at home, and y'all people, and then I heard from this ER person that most of the people who do that are men who are home alone.
Mm-hmm.
And they stick
stuff up there.
And now they're like, oh crap, it's stuck, and they can't get it out. And now they have to go to the ER with whatever it is that they decided to put up there. And it's like, why would you do that? Now it's one thing to do that with a partner, because at least the partner can probably help you extract it. However, why would you do that at home by yourself?
And with something without a wide base.
Girl, first of all, I don't want nothing with a base. Just stay away from me. Just because if we got to have all these rules, like it needs to be this big and this wide at the bottom, and it has to be polyurethane or whatever. And forget it. Just you know what? Let's just go to sleep. That's all I'm saying. We can watch some movies. Sci-fi is amazing, and cuddling is great. Nobody never went to the ER from cuddling.
Nope.
I think people just get bored. They be at home and they be bored, and then they be like, "Ooh, honey," or if they're by themselves, whatever, and they're like, "I'm gonna try this," and then they ruin their best spatula
there are
or something. Like, and people are trisexuals; they're just trying anything, and they ruin their best spatula or their best cooking utensil or whatever they're doing. And you're like, why would you do that? First of all, you could hurt yourself. First of all, you could injure yourself.
This is why I do not eat at potlucks.
And this is why, if I'm sitting there with a man and he's like, babe, you want to try? Or even if he says, have you ever tried? I'm going to know right then and there. He's probably not for me. Because I'm going to be like, try what? Going to bed with my eyes open, because that's probably about it. Like what you mean? Try what? Because you going in the kitchen to try what? Like, we shouldn't even be using anything in the kitchen. We cook with that.
That's why I can't eat at potluck.
We shouldn't be using anything in the bathroom either. Our bodies are equipped with everything we need for that.
All I was saying about the wide base is any toy that you see.
So you can extract it.
Right.
But then what if suction occurs, right?
But that's why it needs a wide base.
But no. But what if you're pulling and they're dying? The more you pull it out, the more they're dying, because their internal systems are sucking the opposite direction.
Oh, people do too much.
See what I'm saying? What foolery ensues? Now you both in the ER. Foolery could totally ensue. You'll be like, no, it shouldn't be this way because this is an exit. But your body is like, but she's putting stuff in me, so let me pull on it. And now you can't get it out.
Oh my God.
Now they got to go in there and give you some type of sedative to relax all of your organs so that they can extract it.
So I feel like after this, I might Google emergency room confessions.
Right? Because I have heard from some ER nurses, they be like, oh my God, let me tell you what's going on in there. And like I said, it mostly be from men. Not that women don't do it. I would say it'd be like men and couples. But if we get to the point that we got to go to the ER.
I can clean my algorithm after I do just one more internet search because I'm curious.
Girl, if I am ever with somebody and we got to go to the ER, unless we slip and fail. If we slip and fail, that's different. But if we were doing some extracurricular stuff, because you could be having sex in the shower, slip and fall, whatever. Okay. You know,
I but you that's like on a broomstick.
No, not on a. But you know, if we're doing some extracurricular stuff that we shouldn't be doing anyway, and we end up in the E and the R, then we ain't never doing that again, and we probably gonna break up because I'm be like, you tried to kill me. Like never in my life has this ever happened, and I never even thought about doing no foolery. But see, I'm trying to keep up with you, and now I got this on my permanent ER record because now they like, oh, here she go again.
Remember on Martin when Gina head got stuck in the
head? Couldn't even get her out because they trying to be freaky.
Now, that was regular.
That was regular. It was regular. However, it's embarrassing because first of all, she couldn't even get out the door.
No. Oh, wow.
It's crazy. Some things you probably should be like, we shouldn't do this. I don't think that sounds like a good idea. And then if you are going to do it, you should probably play what's the worst thing that could happen.
Ooh.
And then if you get to the point where you like, ooh, then you shouldn't do it. Just that's the test, right? That's the litmus test right there. If you get to the point where you're like, ooh, no, painful, hurt, ouch, no, ER, bills, records, people know. Don't do it.
Right.
Because, no.
Yeah.
We could just watch some aliens.
Let's just watch the TV.
I mean, we could search the internet. We could read ER confessions instead of doing an ER confession.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Won't he do it?
Willie won't.
I mean, I'm trying to be telling you. Girl, bye.
Oh, well, this has been quite a conversation.
Oh my God.
I enjoyed it. Oh, my God.
Thank you.
All right. Good night, y'all.